Look down at your feet the next time you walk through a park in autumn. Those small, brown objects scattered across the ground? They're acorns, and they're far more remarkable than most people realize. An acorn is essentially a nut produced by oak trees, encased in a tough shell with a distinctive cap on top. But calling it just a nut is like calling the ocean just water. Inside each acorn lies the potential for a tree that could live for centuries, grow over 100 feet tall, and support entire ecosystems. Today, we're going to explore why acorns deserve far more attention than they typically get. Let's start with the basics. An acorn consists of three main parts: the nut itself, which contains the seed and all its stored nutrients, the shell, which provides protection, and the cap, or cupule, which attaches the acorn to the tree branch. But not all acorns are created equal. There are over 500 species of oak trees worldwide, and each produces its own unique variety of acorn. Some are small as marbles, others as large as golf balls. The color ranges from light tan to deep brown, almost black. Some caps are smooth, others covered in scales that look almost like tiny shingles on a roof. In North America alone, we have about 90 oak species. White oak acorns mature in a single season and tend to be sweeter. Red oak acorns take 2 years to mature and contain more tannins, making them more bitter. This difference isn't just botanical trivia, it matters enormously to the wildlife that depends on them. Speaking of wildlife, acorns are nothing less than a cornerstone of forest ecosystems. They're packed with fat, protein, and carbohydrates, nature's energy bars, perfectly designed for survival. Over 100 species of animals feed on acorns in North America. Deer rely on them to build fat reserves before winter. Squirrels are famous for their acorn hoarding behavior, burying thousands each fall. Wild turkeys, wood ducks, and blue jays all depend on acorn crops. Black bears can consume thousands of acorns in a single day when preparing for hibernation. But here's where it gets interesting. Squirrels forget where they've buried about 25% of their acorns. Those forgotten nuts? They become the next generation of oak trees. Squirrels aren't just eating from the forest, they're inadvertently planting it. This relationship between oak and squirrel has been refined over millions of years of evolution. The phenomenon of mast years makes this even more fascinating. Some years, oak trees produce enormous crops of acorns, up to 10 times their normal yield, while other years they produce very few. Scientists believe this boom and bust cycle helps ensure survival. In a mast year, there are simply too many acorns for predators to eat them all, guaranteeing that some will survive to germinate. Humans have also had a long relationship with acorns. For thousands of years, acorns were a dietary staple for indigenous peoples across the northern hemisphere. Native American tribes, particularly in California, developed sophisticated methods for processing acorns into flour. The process wasn't simple. Raw acorns contain high levels of tannins, the same compounds that make red wine taste dry, which are bitter and can be toxic in large quantities. Indigenous peoples would shell the acorns, grind them into meal, then leach out the tannins by repeatedly rinsing the flour with water. The result was a nutritious, slightly sweet flour that could be made into bread, porridge, or cakes. In Korea, acorn jelly called datorimak is still a popular dish today. During times of famine throughout European history, acorns served as survival food. In Spain, acorns from specific oak species are used to feed Iberico pigs, producing some of the world's most expensive ham. Modern interest in acorns is experiencing a revival. Some chefs and foragers are rediscovering acorn flour as a gluten-free, nutrient-dense alternative to wheat. It's high in protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. The flavor, once the tannins are removed, is described as nutty and slightly sweet. Some compare it to a combination of sunflower seeds and chocolate. The journey from acorn to oak tree is a study in patience and probability. When an acorn falls in autumn, it faces daunting odds. Most will be eaten, will land in unsuitable locations, or will rot before they can germinate. Those that survive wait through winter. In spring, if conditions are right, the acorn will send down a taproot, sometimes several inches long before any leaves appear above ground. This priority on root development is crucial. It anchors the seedling and helps it access water during its vulnerable first summer. The tiny shoot that emerges looks nothing like the massive oak it might become. For the first few years, growth is slow. The seedling focuses on establishing its root system. Some oak seedlings can remain just a few feet tall for a decade, waiting for enough light to reach them through the forest canopy. But once an oak finds its opportunity, perhaps when a larger tree falls and creates a gap in the canopy, it can grow steadily for centuries. Some oak species can live for over 500 years. The seedling that emerges from a single acorn could still be standing long after everyone alive today is gone. So the next time you see an acorn, take a moment to appreciate what you're looking at. It's not just a nut, it's a food source for dozens of species, a potential forest giant, a link in an ancient ecological web, and a reminder of nature's patience and persistence. In our fast-paced world, there's something humbling about an acorn. It doesn't hurry, it simply waits for the right moment, carries within itself everything it needs to become something magnificent, and teaches us that the mightiest things often have the smallest beginnings. From tiny acorns, mighty oaks grow, and the world is richer for both.